Hey y'all, so we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. Instead of my usual rant, I'm actually going to show you some of my process work. I've been recording a lot of my process so far, as you'll see here. I've just been recording through QuickTime of what I've been doing, just so, you know, I can see how I got from point A to point B, and how others can see how I work. What I'm working on right here is a super rough digital sketch of part of my information graphic. This is going to be sort of like a call out on my information graphic saying, you know, remember, one in the head makes the dead stay dead. Basically, in order to kill a zombie, you have to sever the spinal cord or do damage to the brain. My goal with this, as with everything, is to give it this sort of like really vintage feel. What you'll see me doing right there is knocking out some texture in the text, just to make it a little grungy, I suppose, make it look kind of worn. So, yeah. I have been a little worried about my progress in my thesis so far. We have about 6 or so weeks until I have to hang. Kind of freaking out a little bit. So much to do in so little time, but even though I haven't gotten anything really finalized in terms of what I'm doing, I'm happy with the progress that I've made this past week. Today I went to the local Army-Navy surplus store and spent decent cash on a lot of reference material. Next week is my spring break, and I intend on taking a butt-ton of reference with the help of my girlfriend, which will be used for 1 or 2 of my posters and my information graphic especially. So that should be fun. We'll probably take at least a day or 2 to do that. You can see it feels like I didn't spend that much time on this little piece of my information graphic, but as I'm going through this video, it actually took quite a few hours. But, you know, everything has to start somewhere, and I found this little guy. I would really like the mood of this to be sort of cheesy and, you know, very cheery, you know. One in the head makes the dead stay dead. So this little guy is just a placeholder. I will be taking my own photographs for this, and that will be an illustration. So, that's what my information graphic looks like so far, mainly sketches. This year I was just trying to, I'm going to be taking my own images for the rucksack here. I just wanted to get some stuff together, just as placeholders for those images. I actually didn't end up using these. I had Nick draw up a sketch for me that I used as a placeholder for that. But I haven't touched my information graphic a lot in the past week or 2 because I've just been waiting to take reference, and I know that as soon as I get the reference done, I'll feel like this is going so much faster. That's just a huge responsibility right now that I have to take care of. I think all I was doing there, I was trying to play with some stuff to see if I could just make it look a little rougher. Then I decided to focus on something else. These are my posters. I did some sketches of posters this past, yesterday, actually. I'm digging the feel of them. I think they're gonna look really awesome once they're done. I start working with the typography here. I found this amazing website that has I forget what it's called, all these different types of fonts, and I actually was able to get very specific 1940s feel fonts for this, which as soon as I put them down, I got really excited because I started to really feel this vibe of like World War II, 1940s advertising kind of thing, and I became really inspired. I've also been listening to a lot of the Andrews Sisters recently, a lot of 1940s music, a lot of wartime music, which has just helped to keep me in the mood. No pun intended on the Andrews Sisters there. This guy's just a little placeholder for this poster. I will be taking my own reference for that as well. Stay ahead of the zombies, join your local neighborhood watch. So, the only thing I haven't done so far in terms of any type of sketching, getting ideas down, is for the parachutes. Sort of like the MRE first aid kit propaganda kind of thing. So hopefully I'll be able to get some sketches for that done over spring break. It'll be mainly packaging and a couple leaflets. So this poster here is kind of like based on the Victory Garden posters of World War II. And my take on it is that rations won't last forever, because obviously you're in an apocalyptic world, until society gets back on its feet, you're going to have to start producing your own food. So home gardens are pretty important. Because the next day the cat went out and drafted a band, and now the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. A toot, a toot, a tooty lad, a tooty blows it eight to the bar. Each of these posters are obviously going to have the same sort of classic vintage feel, but I wanted each of them to have a different direction. Because obviously not all advertising is the same cookie cutter. Advertising propaganda is the same cookie cutter design, so I didn't want them all to look the same. I wanted them all to have different aspects of design of that era. And obviously same thing for here. This guy from The Walking Dead, not going to be using him on my poster. Will be creating my own. Not sure quite how I'm gonna do that yet. I'll probably ask Nick to paint something for me. That should be interesting. Actually, no, I take that back because... No, I take that back also. The piece I did earlier for the little section of the information graphic, I'm actually not doing that little smiley guy anymore. I decided to change the direction. I completely forgot about that. So I'll post an update later of what that's gonna look like. I'm so excited for these posters. I think that the next thing I'm gonna do is take some paper and use tea bags to stain it, make it look real old. So that I can use my own textures for these posters, because I don't want them to look brand new. I do want them to look aged. So we're getting to the last minute or so of my work here for the past 2 weeks. I think I'm going to be posting more of this, because I think watching the progress, and this is at 1,000 times the speed, I think this is really interesting. So I'll try to be posting more of this. I might have another little vlog for you at the end of the week with a couple more updates, so yeah, I'm just glad I could get this out there. So if any of you have any questions or suggestions about what I've been doing so far, or perhaps other ways I could approach something, that would be greatly appreciated. So as always, I post sketches on my Tumblr pretty often, so you can definitely check it out there. So thank you for watching, and hopefully this didn't bore you to death. Thanks.
What a comforting fact that is to know. Universal bereavement and inspiring achievement. Yes, we all will go together when we go.